Hi, this is Rachel from Gentle Frog. In this video of QuickBooks training, I want to talk to you about the keyboard shortcuts you can use with QuickBooks Online. If you've been a QuickBooks Desktop user for a while, you have keyboard shortcuts you're used to using, and then when you come over to QuickBooks Online, you find it to be a little bit difficult to make the transition because everything feels very mouse-driven. I want to talk to you about the ways you can use the keyboard to expedite some of your processes. So the first thing I want to show you is how to get to your list of keyboard shortcuts. When you're in your QuickBooks Online file, from any screen, you can do this. On your keyboard, press Control-Alt ? Or it might be Control-Option ? When you do that, it brings up your company ID. This is what you need if you call tech support for something, as well as a list of keyboard shortcuts. I want to walk you through each of these shortcuts, explain what they do and when you might use them. At the top of my screen where I have my QuickBooks tab, I'm going to right-click on that tab and say Duplicate. Because what I really want is to have my shortcuts available to me and then also my QuickBooks screen so that I can work on stuff. So I'm just going to move this over to my second screen so that I can follow along with it. So the first shortcut is a shortcut to make an invoice. So the long way to go about creating an invoice is to click on New, and then under the Customers column, click on Invoice. And that brings you to here. The shortcut is to press Control-Alt-I for Invoice, and that brings up the invoice screen. The second shortcut is to write a check. The long way to write a check is to click on New on the left-hand side of your screen, go to the Vendors column, and then go down to Check. That's going to bring up your check screen. The keyboard shortcut for doing this is Control-Alt and then W. That brings up your check screen. The next shortcut is the estimate. So to create an estimate the long way, you click on New. Under the Customers column, go down to Estimate. Then it brings up a blank estimate. The keyboard shortcut is Control-Alt-E, and that brings up your estimate. The next one is Receive Payment. So this is when you receive payment from a customer. The long way to go about this is to click on New on the left-hand side. Under Customers, go down to Receive Payment. And that brings up this screen. The shortcut for that is Control-Option-R. In my case, I'm using a Mac, so that's why Option. It could be Alt for you. The next one is Customers. And so if you want to look at your list of customers, the long way to go about that is to go in the left-hand side to the word Sales, and then in the menu that pops out, go to Customers. And that brings up your customer list. If you just click Sales and you don't click anything else, you might find yourself on one of these other menu options. You can always click on Customers to get to this list. So the keyboard shortcut is Control-Option-C for Customer, and that's going to take you here. The next one is Vendors. Much the same as we did with Sales, you're going to go to Expenses and then down to Vendors. If you're not on this screen, it's Control-Option-V, which takes you to Vendors. Chart of Accounts. Chart of Accounts, if you use QuickBooks Desktop, you know it as Control-A. The long way to go about that for QuickBooks Online is to go Accounting and then Chart of Accounts. The shorthand for it is Control-Option-A on your keyboard, brings up your Chart of Accounts. Next one is List. So on the right-hand side, there says Gear. If you click on the gear, you have the option for All Lists, and that's what this is. The keyboard shortcut, and I just clicked Dashboard to get us to a new spot, is Control-Alt-L for List, and it brings up our list of lists. The next one is Help. To get to Help right now, it's pretty straightforward. It's just the Help in the upper right-hand corner. But if for some reason you didn't want to do that and you wanted to use keyboard shortcut, Control-Alt-H will bring up your Help screen.